All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. We got Monday Night Football week number 8. Detroit Lions taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. At the time of recording, we have the Lions sitting at 8-point favorites at home. Total sitting at 45.5. I got a few picks to throw your way in today's video. I have a play on the total as well as 2 player props that I am really liking for this game. But guys, before we do that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button as well. Let me pump in some crowd noise. You guys have been super supportive and engaging during this NFL season. Now NBA starting. Things are going great on the channel, and I owe all that to you guys. So if you haven't liked the video, like it. If you haven't subscribed yet, like it. We are consistent, pumping out boatloads of content every single week and day, obviously. So make sure to go ahead and subscribe, guys. And let's jump into this game. So like I said, I have a play on the total. I don't really love the spread here. You have the 5-2 Lions who are 3-1 at home taking on the 3-4 Raiders who are 1-3 on the road. But that spread seems a little bit too high. Now the Lions are by far and away the better team. I know that. It's obvious. People are going to look at that last game against Baltimore and be like, oh, well, without Montgomery or blah. No. That was just a bad game. Every team is entitled to a few bad games every now and then. They lose 38-6. I think that helps propel them into this week. 8 points, though, maybe a little bit too much. Now you're probably thinking, okay, well, then you're a psycho if you're on the Raiders. No, I think the Raiders are bad enough that I don't even want to roll with them +8. So I'm caught on the fence here. And in my brain, the best thing to do in that situation is save the money. Don't just throw a flyer out there. Stay away from the spread. We're going to bet smart, not just, like a scattergun approach. 8 points seems like a weird line. Too many points to lay as the Lions. And it almost is like not trustworthy enough. I'm not confident enough in the Raiders. Even though the Raiders have talent, they just haven't clicked yet. Like, they stink. Definitely compared to the Lions. Lions are the better team. But 8 points isn't enough to give the Raiders, if you're asking me. So, not to tip my hand here, but it's also a total at 45.5. In my total play is the under. So if I think that, there's going to be few amount of points scored in this game, whether it's because I'm backing the Lions defense against a Raiders offense that I don't trust, or just the fact that we've seen a lot of primetime games go under, that can kind of speak to why I'm staying off the spread as well, right? Like, why would I take a spread pick here, especially if I'm more inclined to take the Lions because of the better team in a game in which I don't think there's going to be that many points? 8 points is a hell of a lot to lay if you have a low scoring game, right? They can't just run away with it because then it would blow the total there. So yeah, like I said, I tip my hand there. My play on the total here is going to be under 45.5. It just comes down to the fact that we haven't really seen consistency out of the Raiders. I don't know where they're going to get an edge when it comes to offensively beating this Lions defense. Lions defense from a DVOA perspective looking really good this season. Top 10 both, in total DVA as well as offensive and defensive DVA. So kudos to them. I do think that this is obviously a Lions team that people were high on. I feel like the hype has kind of died out just a little bit, but still, they are one of those better teams. Like, they're up there in the conference. 9th, and back to the DVOA here, 9th ranked defensive DVOA, 6th ranked offense, and then 5th overall. In terms of where that compares to Las Vegas, the 2nd worst offensively ranked DVOA team, the third worst overall, and then the 7th worst when it comes to the defense. So you just can't trust this Raiders offense to go out there and put up points. Even if this is a one-sided affair, I still think 45 points or 46 points is a lot of points in this game. So I like the under 45.5. Fairly confident in that. I think that this is yet another primetime game that doesn't have all the bells and whistles. It's not an explosive game. We just kind of muddy our way through it, which speaks well to an under. But let's go ahead and jump into the player props portion of the video, guys. And the way that we found these player props is using Outlier. If you haven't checked out Outlier yet, even though my annoying voice has told you 100 times to go check it out, guys. There's a link in the pinned comment. You get 7 days free, and you'll see how cool Outlier is in just a second here, because it's definitely worth, trying at least for 7 days. After that, it's $19.99 a month, which if you use it correctly, and green means good, red means bad, it'll pay for itself in no time. But let's go ahead and jump into the actual Outlier tool for these player props here. So this is the main screen, the player prop screen that I was using to be able to find player trends, opponent ranks, and all that type of thing. And the first player prop that we landed on here is going to be Michael Mayer, who we haven't seen much of, right? This is a stud tight end in college, great draft pick. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, the Raiders, like I said, that offense hasn't been totally consistent. But I'm looking at his over 2.5 receptions in this spot. Yes, he's only hit it once this entire season, but the targets are starting to come. Last 3 weeks, 3 targets, 6 targets, and 4 targets here. So all he needs is 3 catches in this one. And he's going up against if we use FTN Fantasy here, he's going up against a Lions team that, while they're really good defensively, when it comes to tight ends per game, you can see this, tight ends per game as it loads. They just don't cover tight ends as well as I guess you'd assume that they cover other teams here. So when this loads, you'll see they're, I think, ranked 3rd or 4th in terms of receptions allowed to tight ends, filtered by receptions here. Lions actually for targets 3rd there. It's blurred out. Internet picks a bad time to go down. If you made it this far in the video, go ahead and comment internet, because obviously we're having some technical difficulties with the site, which I don't think it's FTN Daily. I think it is my internet here. But nonetheless, guys, Lions, one of the more poor teams, I guess you could say, defending the tight end. So yeah, they're allowing the 3rd most receptions to the tight end at 6.1. Now, Austin Hooper is the backup here for the Raiders. Austin Hooper, he's only getting about 2 targets per game. So if this Lions team is going to get, if Lions team is going to allow catches and targets to a tight end, odds are it is going to be Michael Mayer, who, again, they're trying to work more and more into the offense. You Google his name, go to news, they're like, oh, we got to get him more involved. Yeah, no kidding. He's another talented guy that just is not totally being utilized all that well. Now, second player prop here, we'll jump back in to outliers, going to be Jared Goff under 271.5 passing yards. A little bit of juice to be paid here. -140 over on DraftKings, but Caesars has that -154. So there's some value there. He's hit this in 4 of the 7 games this year. And what I will say is that this just doesn't seem like a spot in which the Lions are going to have to pass an incredible amount. Lions defensive DVOA, again, very, very bad. I don't think they slow down the Raiders defense, very, very bad. I don't think they slow down this Lions run game. Jahmyr Gibbs should have a pretty good week number 8. Meaning Jared Goff isn't going to need to handle the workload there. So go ahead and give me his under 271.5. That kind of goes right along with my under 45.5 as well, right? So just to recap, we like the under 45.5. We like Michael Mayer over 2.5 receptions. And then we like Jared Goff under 271.5 passing yards. If we have any more plays or anything like that, keep an eye on the pinned comment. We're also posting a bunch of prize pick slips, sleeper picks, player props over on our TikTok at evpicks with a Z 3.0, because we keep getting banned. So 3.0, 4.0, 5.0. Just search evpicks with a Z. I'm sure you'll find it. But that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well. Again, if you made it to that point in the video, comment internet, because we're trying to make videos out here and getting let down. But nonetheless, guys, let's go ahead and cash in Monday night. Enjoy yourselves, bet responsibly, have some fun doing it, and yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, peace out.